prisoners taken in that war, well, they're mostly black. The total number of drug busts has more than doubled over the past decade, but the number of blacks busted has skyrocketed, up by 270%. NBC's Robin Lloyd reports from the front lines in Baltimore, Maryland.
Even during the day on a street corner in southwestern Baltimore, undercover cops are making arrests. The drug war is exploding here. In the last year, sensational drug busts have become commonplace. Cocaine gangs, heroin smuggling rings, crack dealers, they're all here.
Stay down. You got him?
Police are now arresting more than 35 people a day on drug charges. But almost all of these arrests are taking place in black neighborhoods.
Party, you're under arrest.
Consider this. Of those busted on drug charges in Baltimore, 85% are black, even though most estimates are that nearly half of all drug users in the city are white. The arrest figures for teenagers are even more startling. More than 90% are blacks. Many of the city's black leaders are asking what's going on here.
Racism is certainly involved, no question about that.
Circuit Court Judge Kenneth Johnson says he believes the war on drugs is racially biased, and he's called a grand jury to investigate why so many blacks have been picked up.
It's not my position that we should not be arresting these people. We should, but we should also arrest and convict the wholesaler, the supply, and we're not doing that, and these people are basically white.
But look at this, a drug deal on a street corner in broad daylight. Police say in many black communities, crack cocaine is sharply on the rise, and the deals are highly visible.
Blacks stand on street corners, and they're exposed, and so therefore, as they're making these transactions, they are easy targets for the police.
Easy targets, these policemen say, that make impressive arrest records. Community leaders are outraged.
We have policies that have sucked money out of housing programs and out of education programs and health care programs while we have put money into this so-called war on drugs. It's no more than a war on young blacks.
Not only here in Baltimore, but in other cities, more and more questions are now being raised about the drug war. All across the country, the number of blacks being arrested for drugs is growing dramatically.
In cities as different as Birmingham, Alabama, Jacksonville, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, the figures show that more than 85% of the drug arrests are blacks. Federal drug officials say the reason for the high number of arrests is that people in the black neighborhoods want more action.
There is a demand by people who live there that they want their neighborhood back, and I think they deserve it.
You hear the gunshots every night.
People like Bill Gordon, a bank teller, want more protection, but are afraid more police won't solve the problem. Even the mayor of Baltimore is concerned about the growing number of black arrests and the federal government's get-tough policy.
Am I saying that that's winning the war on drugs? It's not. It is not winning the war on drugs. It is temporarily keeping some safety in the cities, but at an enormous cost in the future.
A cost that is tearing apart black neighborhoods and cities all over the country, where the casualties of the drug war are more visible every day. Robin Lloyd, NBC News, Baltimore.
And you should see what's going on the streets of Moscow these days. We'll have that story and more news when Nightly News continues in a moment.